Let's return to what's in the news. Over the weekend, Nigeria's acting president, Professor Yomi Osinbajo, says the fight against the menace of corruption must start from churches when church leaders resolve to ostracize and expose corrupt members. The acting president went on to say that church leaders must talk more on honesty and integrity, as more emphasis are currently being placed on Thanksgiving. And he went on to say, quote, if a man is earning a salary of a civil servant or a public servant and he has houses everywhere, we, the churches, have to hold him to account, end of quote. Meantime, the budgetary face-off between the legislative and executive branch is still there. The war of words over the powers of the National Assembly to insert certain projects or alter the content of annual budgets continue. Over the weekend, the chairman of the Presidential Advisory Council Committee on Anti-Corruption, Professor Ishesage, says the National Assembly has no power to create projects. It approves budgets, but this National Assembly does not get the message. That's part of the statement from Professor Ishesage that's been quoted in the press this morning. Meantime, Nigerian Railways says the Lagos-Kano train operations has now been suspended for 2 weeks on the collapse of the Tatabo Bridge in Mokwa area of Niger State after heavy rainfall on June the 11th. The NRC says it will now erect a temporary bridge on the rail track and moving the parts from Ibadan and will be in southwest all the way to the countries around north central, just around the mid-belt, and that's getting the repair work on ground, and that will take 2 weeks and cost about 5 million naira. Today is the first trading day in the new week. Let's get a sense of what the opening bell is looking like with Rotimi Fakaejo from Enterprise Stockbrokers. Good morning, Rotimi. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, Rotimi, good morning.
Good morning, Bolton.
Yes, we had a very nice and decent week last week. Not a very bad way. So, we're starting the new week today. What's the opening bell looking like pre-trade session?
The opening for today is quite a very good one, and we're starting on a very positive note. Market is actually 0.29% positive at this time, and we traded a value of over 495 million naira. And that is quite interesting for a Monday morning and for a brand new week. So we expect that with the kind of figures we've seen, we expect that things definitely will still turn much more upward than what we are seeing.
Well, it looks like you stockbrokers didn't have a weekend. Are you sure you slept over the weekend? Because the market looks very sweet, so you can't wait to get back on the trading engine. Rotimi?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was asking whether you folks ever slept. Did you take a weekend at all?
Well, we did more of analysis during the weekend to see how the market is going to look like today. And it's actually looking good, and everybody is happy. Traders are already on their trading engine, and everybody is expected that this will be a better week.
What are you looking at in this week? Any corporate news? A few earnings last week, really small, backward-looking. Dark Communications, for example, 2016 quarterly numbers, nothing really significant.
Well, if I got you correctly, I believe for this week the outlook is positive, and there's so much expectation.
Do we have any news that you think will keep the market on the bull run in the new week?
Well, there is really none for now, except that which concerns the mobile oil with respect to the news that's selling to the market concerning the last transaction that they did. And we believe that by the time investors digest this, it definitely will impact positively on the market for the week.
All right, thank you very much, Rotimi Fakaejo. We'll keep an eye on the market. One major event this week at the market is the closing bell on Wednesday by the retiring Director General of the Debt Management Office, Dr. Abraham Nwankwo. He was the pioneer Director General of the DMO that was set up at a time when Nigeria was negotiating its Paris Club multi-billion-dollar exit. Back then, during the Obasanjo's administration, 10 years in office, Dr. Abraham Nwankwo is retiring from the DMO. We'll talk about that in the days ahead. Do have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you on Tuesday.